Good evening. Um, Here's my video for you guys about social psychology and the way it can affect our ability to create a video such as this one to share with the class or sort of relating it to any future public speaking experiences we may encounter. Um, So, my understanding of social psychology is that it is primarily made up of a few core categories. Some of those categories are culture, social roles, role conflicts, group structures, in groups and out groups, social status, social power, social norms, social comparison, the attribution theory, and cognitive dissonance. Um, so, out of all of those components of social psychology, the ones that affect my ability to make this video the most would be social role conflict, social norms, and social comparison. And of course, um, fear, which is an evolutionary psychological aspect that we've already learned a little bit about as well. That plays into, it's an underlying ingredient to all of these components of social psychology that we're learning about. Um, so, in order to create a video that I believe my classmates will watch and be interested in, I need to observe and control any fears that I may have so that they don't hinder my performance or my communication abilities. Fear is a common evolutionary trait that all living things experience, and it's normal to feel fear, but it's also our job to manage that in the appropriate ways necessary and to learn the tools to manage and work through and process those feelings. Um, in terms of social status and power and social norms, I see myself as an equal to all my other classmates. So we're all students and we're all in this class and we're all going to college. So we're pretty equal in that way. But I do understand that some of you, since you're also my audience right now for this public speaking presentation, um, some of you may have more experience within the field of psychology, more knowledge, more experience. Some of you may have already taken a lot of college classes before this one and have a lot of experience just in a college classroom setting or in curating video presentations like this one. So in that sense, I would consider some of us maybe of a higher social status within this one group here, because of the fact that you could say that you have a little bit more success already under your sleeve with some of the topics I just mentioned. And I say that because I don't have a lot of experience with those things that I just mentioned. So I would look up to some of you in the class who may have that experience, and in that sense, I would say maybe you have a higher social status than me in this example here. If we followed along social norms when making this video, one or I would do things like wear clothes because it's socially acceptable to wear clothes. Not necessarily socially acceptable to not wear clothes when in the presence of your classmates. We might go even further than that with a presentation where we might try and look a little bit nicer than just our casual evening wear and, wear a little makeup and brush our hair. And these are ways that we can utilize social norms in order to get a good response when having a public speaking presentation. We might speak in a friendly and approachable manner. We obviously would speak English because that's the culture that we're in. We'd be presentable and approachable, etc. In terms of role conflict, I sometimes have a hard time switching from shy to sociable since my natural state is a bit more reserved. Also, my role as a mom sometimes conflicts with my role as a student. Both of these social roles that I embody both require a lot of my attention, and sometimes I feel some tension within that because I feel I should be spending more time with my daughter in the evenings at home. And then the last one that's relevant would be social comparison. While I make the video and while presenting it, I often have in the back of my head, thoughts like, I hope this is adequate enough compared to the videos of the rest of my class. What points will my classmates bring up, and will my video be as interesting or thorough as theirs? So these are some of the things that go through our minds, and that one was related to social comparison, which is something that we all do in multiple scenarios in life, whether it's in a work environment. The social comparison aspect is, in the book, they said it was a unit of measurement to be able to compare. So with future presentations, I'll consider the environment and the culture that I'm in. I will dress presentably and be approachable and friendly, especially in a scenario when I will be delivering a persuasion speech or trying to convince someone of an environmental issue they can help with or change their mind about. Since my degree is going to be in wildlife conservation, there will be many moments when I'll need to adjust my social role from peer to boss or scientist or what have you. In terms of how social psychology affects how I will receive another person's public speaking assignment, I would say learning social psychology has given me insight to be understanding. If I notice the person is not dressed well or not speaking clearly or does not have a professional or experienced background or education, I probably won't take them as seriously as someone with the opposite appearance or background. There is an element of trust that comes into play when you see someone has a healthy appearance physically, and you tend to think that they also do mentally and are being truthful with you. If they care about their own well-being and appearance, it's easier to believe that they also do care about who they are speaking with and about the subject matter that they are speaking about. And that is all I have for you tonight. I hope it made sense.